Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin and I'm the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love, available now in paperback, Kindle, and Audible books. If you read Twin Flame Romance and leave a review on Amazon, once that review is posted on Amazon, email me at michellefondinauthor@gmail.com. I will gift you an Audible copy of Chakra Healing for Vibrant Energy. And just know that I'm a little bit behind in emails. There's a reason for that, which we're going to talk about in just a second. Key part, if you already emailed me about your promo code, it will be delivered to you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe below, click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and give the video a thumbs up. If you would like to schedule a twin flame reading with me, I do 30, 60, and 90-minute twin flame readings. I also do readings on other topics as well. Go to my website, fondinwellness.com, and if you live outside of the United States, it's probably best just to email me first and I can send you an invoice since the app actually takes a US telephone. Today, we are doing our Hump Day Quickie reading, messages from Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine. But first and foremost, I have a little bit of announcements and a little message from the universe to Divine Feminine. So let's just do announcements first. I will put the timestamp for the actual reading below and also messages for the Divine Feminine below as well in a timestamp. Here are the announcements, and this is really the only chance that I get to do this, as well as the Sunday readings, which are pretty consistent. Know that I am over the top busy with the projects at hand. I mentioned to you probably in one or two videos that I'm writing my latest book on healing, and that is taking up a lot of my time. My sister and I are working on an oracle deck, which is taking another amount of time, plus recording these videos, editing, posting the videos, as well as just life stuff. And also there's some career transitions that are going on currently for me right now. And I do not have time to answer emails like I used to. I don't really answer. If you send me your story, again, appreciate it. It's probably cathartic for you, but I do not have time to read those emails. I'm really sorry. No time. If you want to book a reading and send me an email because you live outside of the country, it's best to put in there reading request in the subject line. And if it's spam, know that you'll be blocked. So just don't put reading request in the byline just to get me to read your email, because if I notice that it's not even a request, I'm just gonna delete it. Honestly, you guys, please honor my time the way I honor your time. I really try to honor your time by keeping these videos as succinct as possible, as short as possible. I know sometimes I can talk a lot, and I know some of you like hearing the longer messages that I have as well, but really my time these days is super duper restricted to just doing the tasks at hand, because I have so many projects on the table right now, and they're great projects, but just a lot of stuff on the table. And, you know, in between that, I need to eat and sleep. I really enjoy getting these messages out to you. Thanks so much. Thank you for honoring that time. Same goes for commenting on the comments or giving a thumbs up on your comments on YouTube. Again, I don't even have time these days to really look at those comments, but, you know, leave them for other people in the community if they are positive and uplifting, or you happen to have some questions. Again, thank you guys so much. We hit 11,000 subscribers, and as promised, next week I will be doing a live stream to celebrate the progress to 11,000 subscribers. We'll do a live Q&A, maybe pull some cards for some viewers, but those are always fun to do. Messages for Divine Feminines. This is where I put on my parent hat or my teacher hat for you guys, because being someone who really relishes authenticity, honesty, and just being true to the truth, true to myself, and true to you guys, sometimes I just need to be frank with you guys. And this seems to be a little bit of an ongoing pattern of how frank I'm really needing to be with you guys in this collective. I understand some people don't like frank. Some people like it sugar-coated. Some people like to live in the fantasy that's not reality. And I need to bring to you messages that are authentic and real and not sugarcoat things. There has been a trend in the Divine Feminine Collective where the vibration is being lowered, you guys. And I've noticed this. I'm telling you, energetically, I'm pretty darn sensitive. I pick up on the vibrations of the collectivity a lot, and I really have to shield myself and clear my energies because otherwise it gets me down too, because I'm part of this collective, not to mention that I'm usually giving messages to you guys and channeling for you guys. I've noticed the vibrational frequencies have been going down, where before Christmas and shortly after the new year, I really felt that the feminine collective, Divine Feminine Collective that I read for, that I channel for, was generally pretty high. I mean, you guys had done a lot of the work and that vibrational frequency had reached a nice high. And you guys were living more or less in unconditional love. You were living more or less in this higher vibration. And then what started to happen was, because maybe certain things didn't happen according to your timeline, or the Divine Masculine maybe reached out by saying, hey, we're not going to do this or whatnot, for any number of reasons, that vibration has been lowered. And it's actually been lowered throughout the entire Divine Feminine collectivity, if this reading is resonating with you. But I've been feeling it, and not to mention that I'm seeing it too. So remember, you guys, even though I don't necessarily read every single comment, I glance over them. I glance over them just to get the general view, the general reading of what's happening, because if there's anything extremely negative or just mean, I delete it and then I block the user. So if you are inclined to leave something negative, or even something telling me how to run my channel, which does not resonate well with me, if you want to run your own YouTube channel, run your own YouTube channel. Don't give me advice on how to run mine. All those things get deleted, users get blocked, users get reported to YouTube for misconduct. As a general rule, what I've noticed is that there has been just this decline in vibrational frequency, this decline in positivity, this decline in staying in unconditional love. And it's been pretty nasty. It's been dark, it's been negative, and it's been pretty nasty. And you know, it's just like, you can say it's not me, okay? You can say that. You can say it's not me, and maybe it isn't you. Maybe it's not. But when I notice that it's affecting me on an energetic level, I know it's just generally speaking in the collectivity. You might say it's not me, but if you are adhering to any philosophy that goes in the way of the negative things that people are saying on YouTube, or the negative things that people are saying on twin flame blogs or vlogs or whatever it is, you're contributing to that negativity. You're contributing to that lowered vibrational frequency. And you guys, be careful, be careful, be careful. If the general collectivity is lowered in vibrations, then all of the positive outcomes that you guys have been hoping for are just going to get delayed. That's it. They're going to get delayed. So I have not noticed this because I read vibrations for the Divine Masculine Collective as well. I tend to glance over the feeling of their vibrations. And for the Divine Masculine Collective, honestly, you guys, I have not been seeing that they're lowering their vibrations. They're actually raising their vibrations. They've been more awakened. They've been more aware. Now, maybe they're not coming towards you yet because they're still working on themselves. And maybe they're not coming toward you yet because they've noticed that you've lowered your vibration to such a level that they're afraid to come towards you because of some sort of backlash. I thought that needed to be said. That absolutely needed to be said. This has happened about 3 or 4 times since I started posting on YouTube on twin flames. I'm not talking about posting on YouTube and other things. Posting on YouTube on twin flames since February 2nd of 2019 is when I started. And I think it's really funny that I love the fact that you guys backwatch all the videos, because that's amazing and awesome, and they're there for that. I love it so much, but it's really funny because a lot of times I'll get comments on a video from February or March of 2019, and maybe something I said in that video about what was currently going on in my life, and then like now someone will comment on it like it's still going on in my life, or that there's still something happening in that, or it's just really funny. It's sort of like this time warp where a lot of times viewers won't necessarily look at the date and be like, oh yeah, this was in the past, so something else might be happening now. but it's very funny. And what I've been noticing throughout the year, because it's been a little over a year, and what I've been noticing is that there's these pockets of time, really. There's these pockets of time where it gets really, really negative. And it gets so negative that I can feel like I don't even have to look at the comments that are coming through on the YouTube channel. I can actually feel energetically that it's getting very negative. And so I just stay away from my YouTube channel altogether. Like, I will post a video, I'll do the metadata for the posting, but I will post it and I will leave it and I won't even look at the channel till I post the next video. That's how bad it's gotten in the past week, you guys. It's just been, generally speaking, it's been negative. I'm not saying this. If you have posted something positive as a comment, thank you so much for keeping that positivity up. I really, truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I really do. As I say, just please be careful with what you're letting into your energy field as far as anything that is negative. Turn inward and listen to your own intuition. Okay, there you go. That's me on my pulpit. We are going to get those quick messages from the Divine Masculine Collective. Who listens to this? To the Divine Feminines in this group. Dear God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, Mother Mary, Archangels, Angels of God, Divine Masculines, Guardian Angels, please help us with these messages of divine light and love. Archangel Michael, please stand guard, casting away any lower energies with your sword of light. Help us with messages from the Divine Masculine Collective to the Divine Feminine Collective. These messages of love and romance, what do they need to know? These are messages from Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine in this collective. Okay, we're gonna put that one down. We've got these, the Whispers of Love cards, and we are going to pick out one. Of course, these are a little bit trickier to deal with. So Whispers of Love, Whispers of Love. Okay. Now we're gonna get Messages of Love, which I really like these cards. These are newer. Divine Masculine messages to the Divine Feminine, Angels and Guides. All right, and these are actual messages from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine, these actual messages. Let's pick two. Divine Masculine, if you could say anything to your Divine Feminine, what would you say to her? Okay, and we're gonna get another one. Divine Masculine, if you could say anything to your Divine Feminine, what would you say to her? All right, let's pick from the romance deck first. We got Make the Effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Make the effort. I love that. Now, what I believe this one is, since this message is coming directly from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine, what I believe this truly means is listen to your divine guidance. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your guardian angels as to what are the steps that you are needing to take to solidify this connection, to raise your vibrational frequency, and to put yourself in a position in the 3D physical world where it really makes you ready for this reconnection. And that's what I believe Divine Masculine is saying to you this week. And this is ask for help. What is it that you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support that you need. And I love this because I am actually posting a video this week on asking for divine help. And I believe that many of you kind of feel like you're floating in the middle of nowhere with no one to guide you and no help and no friends that understand this twin flame journey. Well, you can ask God for help. You can ask the divine for help. This is a message from Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine saying you can ask for divine guidance. You need to ask though. And that is so strong right now. It's really strong, the fact that you need to ask. You really need to ask. Again, really strong in this awakening. Really strong, really strong. So it says, both people in this connection are undergoing spiritual transformations. And I feel like maybe, okay, So this is a good message because the angels just pushed this message through. Maybe the fact that you're going backwards, Divine Feminines, is part of this process. That you were in a higher vibration and you slipped back into that backward thinking, or that thinking of ego-based consciousness where you have a lot of fears and you had a lot of worries and you have a lot of uncertainty that's happening. And your angels and guides, as well as your divine masculine, are saying it's part of the awakening process. It's actually part of it. Sometimes in order to move forward, we have to take a couple of steps backward in order to maybe revisit something that wasn't fully processed. And I love this because, again, this is about spirituality and this is spiritual mastery. You have mastered your spiritual lesson. And I really believe that this is affirmation that you do not need to go back there. You do not need to go back there. Maybe in these past few weeks or past couple of months, really, since right after the first of the year, maybe you noticed that you have backtracked. Maybe you have noticed that you've gone backward and you really felt bad about it. And you're like, oh, like, I thought I worked through this stuff. I thought that I didn't have to worry about that stuff anymore. That ego stuff, that hurt, that sorrow, the worry, the anger. I thought I didn't need to worry about that anymore. But here I am again. I feel like I'm going backward and I have to revisit it again. Why? Why is that happening? Why am I feeling so negative? Why am I feeling like I can't stand my divine masculine? Why am I feeling so angry toward them? It's part of your spiritual mastery, your angels and guides are saying, but don't stay stuck there. I think that's the overall arching message, is don't stay stuck in that negativity. Don't stay stuck in like the backtracking or the step back where you feel like you're going backwards again. And ask for that divine help and make the effort to be able to move forward. I think it's all in that. It's all about part of that spiritual mastery that's happening to you, divine feminines. And your divine masculine is very much behind this in the sense of they're supporting you in this. They're saying, I understand because I'm going through it too. I do understand. I am going through it too. I'm learning my spiritual lessons. And this awakening hasn't been easy because it's reminding me of all the things that I did. Or all the things that you did, because it's never one-sided completely. Even though it may look one-sided, it's never completely one-sided. And just know that if you really think that it is all your divine masculine, it's not. Because in order to have a dynamic duo, if you will, there has to be an action and a reaction. And so maybe your reaction wasn't loving or kind or of higher vibration in reaction to an action that your divine masculine was doing. So just know that you're not completely off the hook in this, that it does take two people to create a relationship. And just know that this great love is worth taking the steps forward even after you've taken the steps backward. I love this. This is, I believe we got this one other time. I know this is like, these two messages go very, very, very much hand in hand from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. It says, my life is not as together as it seems. Maybe you're really looking at them and going, you should have reached out to me already. We should be together already. Look at your life. You've got your new job. You've divorced your spouse, whatever the case may be. You broke up with the girlfriend or the boyfriend, whatever. But they're still saying, hey, you know what, divine feminine, I'm sorry, but my life is not as together as it looks. It might look rosy on the outside, but on the inside, it just doesn't look great. And he says, I know I messed up everything. I know I messed up everything. And you know what, this is it's such a beautiful validation for the divine feminines that there is that recognition. There's that recognition that they know that they messed up everything. This is where love, compassion, and forgiveness comes in, Divine Feminines. I think the one thing that a lot of Divine Feminines have been waiting for is just the I am sorry. Like, I'm sorry that I messed things up. I'm sorry that I didn't try to make it work. I'm sorry that I ran away from love. I'm sorry that I ran away from this beautiful connection. I'm sorry that I pushed you away. I know you guys are all waiting for that. And what I want to tell you is that while that's super important, I understand the recognition of it is really important, but it's equally important to be able to extend the love, compassion, and forgiveness, because just reverse the tables. And if it was you who had messed everything up, notice how hard it might be for you to ask for forgiveness or just to say you're sorry if you knew that the greater burden was on your shoulders. It's really hard to admit that, but then also to swallow your pride to be able to look them in the eyes and say, I really messed things up. I am so sorry. And it takes a lot. That is really, really hard. Work on taking those steps forward again. Ask for divine guidance and divine help. Know that maybe this backtracking into negativity was all part of your spiritual awakening and spiritual mastery. And just know that from now on, from this moment forward, you can take the steps necessary to move forward. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on that bell scroll to all for all notifications. Give the video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for sharing this video with other twin flames. And thank you so much for pledging your support on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Michelle S. Fondin. And I will see you in the next video.